Okay. Good morning, everyone. Today is our motivation for business. Very excited about this. Who doesn't want to set goals for your business success in 2026? I certainly do. We have been, on behalf of the Greater New York Chamber, have been working with Craig Siegel. I'm sure by the end of this webinar, you guys are all going to be following him on social media. I follow him on social media. I get my daily dose. I watch him. And what I love is he's a runner, and I have 3 kids. 2 of them are Iron Men, active runners, I should say, or athletes. And it is an amazing feat on what they have to do. And I see Craig doing it, and my hands off to him on his motivation for himself, where he's come from, where he is now, and the success that he has, the success that people are following him in. I feel like he's like the mother duck or the father duck, and you have all the little ducklings following them to make sure that, he turns around and says, follow me and you'll be in the right path. And that's what we've been doing here at the Greater New York Chamber. I hope, Craig, I'm doing this in the right way. I am a firm believer in the art of attraction, setting goals, and I love this. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to turn it over to Craig. He's a Wall Street Journal and USA Today best-selling author. So I'm going to just let him toot his own accolades on this, because we are just so honored and proud that he is a member of the chamber, and honored that he is able to, be generous with his information to help you grow your business. And that's the bottom line behind the Greater New York Chamber. If you ever see us or you see me, our mantra is help you grow your business. I'm going to turn it over to Craig right now. This is being recorded. If you want your daily dose of motivation and you want to go back to this will be on Chamber TV. We have a chat going on. Put your information in the chat. And this is an active webinar. So Craig, take it away.
Wow. First of all, what an unbelievable introduction. So good to see you as always. Really glad that you're staying warm. At least you look warm with that nice scarf. And I always love being here. And I genuinely mean that. And here's why I love coming to the chamber. Because you guys, meaning everyone on here, ready to be activated today, you're not here to be entertained per se, not just here to take notes, but you're here because you actually build, you execute, and you care about doing business as well. And so from my experience, guys, this room is filled with people who don't just talk about goals, but you guys take responsibility for the outcomes. And by the way, that already puts you ahead of the curve. So today is not about giving you more information. It's about helping you operate differently as you step fully into 2026. So thank you, Helena, as always. Guys, just a little housekeeping. Meki from Team CLS is in here. She's in the chats, so she'll be engaging. And one thing that you guys know about me, well, some of you, is that I love engagement, right? This is not just going to be like a college professor like lecture. I will trigger you guys with love, because I believe you have to get to a place where you're called out and called forward, so uncomfortable that the next level becomes non-negotiable. I will challenge you guys. And also, very important, we will have a lot of fun today. So if you guys are game for that, let me see you write heck yes in the comments. Let's take some inventory. Who's ready to go? Heck yes, heck yes. Marilyn, great to see you. I see some familiar souls in here, which is always amazing. And I'd love to know who here is just being introduced to this weirdo in front of you named Craig and CLS for the first time. If that's you, write me in the comments. Oh, amazing. Amazing to meet you guys. Heck yeah. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. A lot of new souls in here, which is amazing. 48 strong. And by the way, I know that you guys could be anywhere, and you chose to be here right now in this moment to work on yourself, to grow, to transform. I don't take that for lightly, not 1 inch. I will go a little bit fast today just because I want to get a lot in. And so I always encourage you guys 3 replays, right? So watch it 3 times. You'll always catch something that you might have missed. But it's amazing to meet all of you new faces. And we have some giveaways too. We're going to have a lot of fun. How you win giveaways, be super engaging, participate. And that's it. And be present, be available. And now we're going to give you guys some invitations and opportunities to go to your next level in some cool ways. Okay, so we got an amazing topic today, guys. Let's dive right in. I don't want to waste a second. So first and foremost, what does it really take to build a vision-driven business? Let's start here. Most businesses' plans and intentions don't fail because the strategy was wrong. But sometimes they fail because the person executing the plan wasn't internally calibrated to sustain it. And by the way, guys, I always mix spirituality with business to make it practical. But some of the things I say might sound a little otherworldly or maybe make you uncomfortable. I just recommend that you test it out, that you just be available today and see how you're feeling towards the end of the session. Heck yeah. Okay. So, by the way, that's not an insult. That's awareness. Because we live in a world where everyone talks about bigger goals, more revenue, scaling growth, right? But very few people talk about the internal cost of expansion. The internal cost of expansion. And yes, there is a cost. Right? So, because growth doesn't ask for more action per se, but growth does ask for more visibility, more responsibility, more emotional regulation, more consistency, more self-trust. By the way, if your nervous system, your identity, or your internal set point are not aligned with that, then the plan could collapse quickly, right? Because your business does not grow to the level of your goals. It returns to the level of your internal set point. Highly recommend writing that down. And by the way, what's a set point, Craig? Great question. Yes, I'm strange. Sometimes I talk to myself. Your set point is what feels normal, safe, deserved, maybe sustainable. So if you've ever said, I always seem to hit a ceiling, or I grow and then I plateau, or I have momentum, but also friction. I know what to do, but I don't do it consistently. Well, my friends, that's not a strategy problem. That's a calibration issue, right? Love that, Sal. And so when we think about what we actually want to build, no limitation in 2026, think about not what sounds reasonable, not what feels safe, but what would you build if your internal world didn't need to protect the old version of you? Ooh, I just want to let that marinate for a moment. What would you build if your internal world didn't need to protect the old version of you? So think about that, guys. Right now, I'm challenging you to think about what else is possible for you without the ego coming in and say, play small, you're not worthy, you don't have the credentials. Forget all that. What would you build if nothing was off limits? Marie, Sal on fire in the comments. You guys are eligible for a giveaway. Keep the engagement coming, guys. Chantel, everything. Amazing. Who else? I want more. Equitable system. Keep it coming. Everything. Great answer. Barber school. Okay. Charleston, love it. Wealthy health. Great one. Amazing. By the way, I see a couple familiar faces from our community on here, and I just want to say welcome. I know we invited some people. Amazing to see you guys. Love you very much. And the new faces, unbelievable to meet you. Dealing with lazy people. Present in every sense. Great one. Okay, amazing, guys. Amazing awareness, by the way. And awareness doesn't demand your next level, but it does create choice. And I wanted to let that land, guys, because today we're not planning from who you've been. We're planning from who you're willing to become. And that means that whoever you were, whatever operating system was your default coming into this session today, is about to be shattered. And you have the opportunity right now for the next 45 minutes to build a new vessel, to change your capacity, to ascend to a new level. Love that, Sky. Hema, hope I'm pronouncing your guys' names right. Okay. Amazing. By the way, guys, for the giveaway, we have a free texting community where we drop wisdom or some updates or nuggets throughout the week. I'm going to give it to you guys. Text the number 917-634-3796 with your favorite nugget from today. And 3 people will get a signed copy of the Reinvention Formula book. It's the first giveaway. All right. Pillar number 1, guys. And Helene and I were putting together the curriculum for today, and she had some amazing ideas, so I want to acknowledge her. But one thing that we really wanted to discuss, for starters, is designing a vision-driven business plan for 2026. Yeah, guys, the texting community is totally free. Just text 917-634-3796. And we also put it in the chat, so you could see it above in the comments. Just text hi, and you'll be added. You see, my friends, most people misunderstand the vision. Vision is not a mood board. Vision is not fantasy. Vision is not just positive thinking. Vision is permission. Vision gives your nervous system permission to take bolder action, say no to something that's not aligned faster, let go of outdated structures, and lead more decisively. But here's the distinction. A forecast predicts based on the past, but a vision reorganizes behavior in the present. Ooh. Definitely want to let that land for a second. Great to meet you, Jennifer. Most entrepreneurs unwillingly build their plans like this. Based on what I did last year, plus 10 to 20%, here's my goal. That's not leadership. That's actually a trap. That's incremental progress. And I want to invite you guys to consider being bored with the idea of incremental progress. I want you guys to begin thinking of a quantum leap, not shortcuts, but how to tap into something so much bigger where you can actually quantum leap your business and your impact and your revenue, right? So a vision-driven plan asks very different questions. Before revenue, before marketing, before strategy, vision must answer three invisible questions. Highly recommend writing these down, guys. 55 strong on here. Thursday, January 29th, 2026. I love it, guys. Shout out and acknowledgement to all you guys who are showing up today in the way that you're showing up. It's beautiful. Okay. Thank you, Dana, for adding in our number in there. Okay. Question number one. Who must I become to lead this business? Not what skills do I need? What identity does this business require? More decisive, more visible, more emotionally regulated, less available to distractions? This is inventory. Yes, Marie, and you get a chance to win a signed book. Question number two. What can no longer be tolerated? Because, my friends, every plateau is protected by tolerance. Tolerating underperformance, tolerating misaligned clients, tolerating scattered focus, tolerating self-betrayal. You see, my friends, growth demands subtraction. Growth demands subtraction. You guys with me so far? Quick temperature check. Let me see you write "I dig" in the comments. Could you guys be on any more fire? Trick question. Thank you, Sky. Beautiful, guys. Okay, question number two. Very practical and tactical today, Helena. Don't worry, we'll bring in the spirituality too. Love it. Lena, Mark, amazing. Bonnie. Okay, guys. So, question number two. What can no longer be tolerated? Extremely important. I want to make sure that you really put energy into that. Growth demands subtraction. That's the idea. Number three, what level of responsibility am I actually willing to hold? Not say yes to, but hold. Because revenue doesn't just bring money, it brings pressure, expectations, and exposure. And if you're not honest here, your system will self-regulate you back down. So I'm going to challenge you guys right now with my intent to extract the next level version of you forward. I want to ask you guys a question. I want you to take a minute, digest it, and share in the comments. I'm going to field a couple. If your 2026 business required a different version of you, what specifically would need to change first? This is where real planning begins, by the way. Mindset, more active, myself and time, negative energy, better marketing. Yeah, you guys are absolutely on fire right now. Patience. Okay. By the way, guys, a bunch of you hit me up about our book. You can get it on Amazon. It's called The Reinvention Formula. 3 people will get a free one sent to them signed, but the rest, maybe Mekhi could drop the link in the chat. It's on Amazon. If you like Audible, it's my voice too. Time management, prayer with movement, beautiful. Procrastination, wow. I'm loving the vulnerability here, by the way. Absolutely loving the honesty, guys. This is how real work, real transformation happens. By willing to get honest, by willing to unpack. It's amazing, guys. Okay. There's a crushing this right now. Confidence, Anna, amazing one. Discipline, Nicola, great one. Okay, amazing. And by the way, just curious, guys, I want to know the audience a little bit. How many in here have their own business or might be an entrepreneur? Let me see in the comments. Me, Jennifer. Yes, me. Amazing. Okay, that's amazing. So, on that note, we actually have an event in March, which I want to plant the seed. I'd love to see Helene at, give her an in-person hug. But we talk a lot about business, strategy, consciousness, as well as marketing, how to get to the next level, how to build confidence. Truly amazing. For just today, guys, in here, we created something to the landing page. Where any of you guys in New York or local, Brooklyn, Jersey, if any of you guys had a desire to be in that room, we created a section on the landing page that Mekhi just put in the chats. Said instead of it being $700 ticket, pay what feels right for you. So there's nothing stopping you from getting in the room. It's a gift. It'll expire today. Totally up to you guys if you like the in-person energy. And I'm manifesting Helena there as well. It's called CLS Genesis, March 5th on a Thursday. Okay, guys, pillar number 2. Rewiring the internal set point for bigger goals and greater revenue. Marie, there's your answer. March 5th, Genesis. Okay. Every human, guys, and by the way, let's just talk about something almost no one talks about honestly. Every human has an internal thermostat. In other words, they have a set point energetically for their income, their ease, their success, their attention, responsibility. And when you exceed it, one of two things happen. You expand your capacity, which is unbelievable, because now you have room for more blessings, more miracles, or you unconsciously sabotage to return to familiar territory. And I see this way too often. And by the way, this is why some people hit goals, then lose momentum. Some people create success, then create chaos. Some people scale, then burn out. Your system is not broken. It's protective. I want to repeat that. Your system isn't broken, but it is protective. The nervous system values familiarity more than success. So when people say, I want to make more money, what they often mean is, I want more money without more responsibility, visibility, or discomfort. And biology says, nope. And so here's a reframe. Love a good reframe. Expansion is not about effort. Expansion is about capacity. A capacity to hold uncertainty, to stay regulated under pressure, to be seen without shrinking, to receive without guilt. Some of us have trouble receiving a compliment. And if you have trouble receiving a compliment, you're going to have a lot of trouble receiving $1 million. Where in your business do you unconsciously return to what's familiar, even when you know you're capable of more? Should I run that back? Let's do it. Where in your business do you unconsciously return to what's familiar, even when you know you're capable of more? This is big awareness right now, guys. Maybe you have an opportunity to hire someone, which you can delegate and really get to your next level, but you have this mentality, I need to do it all myself, or no one's going to do it as good as me. Or maybe when you have an opportunity to be in front of really big potential clients, you come out with this needy energy. Like, I need this. And it doesn't come across well. And by the way, real quick, nugget, I want you guys to want everything, yet need nothing. Want everything, yet need nothing. That's the polarity of being able to live from wholeness instead of lack. Loving the comments, guys. That's right, Emma. Marie, thank you for being so brave and vulnerable in the comments. She said, Lord have mercy. This happened to me many times, having money to hire someone, but refusing to do so. Because your nervous system is telling you, oh, that's more responsibility and I have to manage people. So let's just stay stressed out and wear all the hats. That's a lack of trust, by the way. Sky, it's an amazing. So Sky wrote, why are you talking to me? I'm so guilty. By the way, I told you guys, full disclosure, I will trigger you today because I believe being triggered is an invitation to mastery. And for those of you that don't like being triggered, March 5th, probably not for you. Just being honest. Because there's going to be so much transformation that day. It's insane. Trust is not only the key to business, it's the key to life. Trusting something bigger. Now I'm speaking Helena's language. That's a different conversation, but I'll weave it in towards the end. Whatever it is that you connect to, creator, source, divine, quantum, being able to trust that and bring that in as your silent partner, right? So to be able to push forward and do what you can and relinquish control. Want everything, need nothing. It's a sign of trust. Okay. Love it, Mark. All right, guys. Pillar 3. Here's the number one mistake entrepreneurs make when they set goals. Who thinks they know what it is? Let's see a share in the comments. Amazing. Okay. Too small, not writing them down, not realistic. By the way, I just want to say to Marie, I think being realistic is the most overrated thing. I would encourage you to be delusionally optimistic. Don't ever be reasonable with your goals. I want you to think unreasonable. Because even just asking the questions, what would it take to get to a quantum leap? Now, all of a sudden, by asking that question, you created a vessel. That vessel must be fulfilled. So now all of a sudden you have access to the unlimited by even just posing the question. Hema, so pillar number 3 was the number one mistake entrepreneurs make when setting goals. But I haven't got into it yet. I just called the time out just to see what you guys thought it was. And I'm loving the engagement. Helena, this might be the best engagement ever. Just saying. Can't reset, adjust goal. Joe, I love you, buddy. Great to see you. Joe will be there March 5th. They focus on expectations, not on gut feelings and instinct. Most want recognition. I like it. Agree. I have to make sure it's perfect before I roll it out. Love it. Amazing, guys. Okay. Money, vision, all amazing answers, by the way. Small goals they can achieve. Great one, Marie. Here it is. And this just might trigger you. The biggest mistake entrepreneurs make is setting goals that invalidate their current identity, or maybe setting goals that don't challenge it at all. Because you guys got the memo, right? Not only is playing small canceled, but playing small is spiritually irresponsible. The biggest mistake entrepreneurs make is setting goals that invalidate their current identity or setting goals that don't challenge it at all. You guys are on fire. Elena. Let's go deeper. You guys have fun today. Loving your guys' energy. It's amazing. You need a dance partner, you know? Okay. So there are 2 traps. How many traps? 2. Trap number 1, identity invalidating goals. These are goals that your nervous system perceive as unsafe, overexposing, too destabilizing. So, in other words, you'll procrastinate, you'll overthink, or you'll stay busy, not to be confused with productive. Miklos, unbelievable. So glad you're here. Trap number 2, identity confirming goals. Loving these balloons, by the way. Totally organic. These are goals that you already know you can hit. And this is why I respectfully disagree with Marie earlier. Because if you're setting goals that you know you can hit, you're playing way too small. And that's spiritually irresponsible. So these types of goals feel productive, but they don't change you. They don't stretch you. Exactly, Jennifer. So here's the framework I'm going to share with you guys today. And this is one that you'll love to write down and come back to. And by the way, I've never taught this before. This is brand new for today in this moment with you guys. That's how much I love and respect the chamber and Helena, and you guys always bring me in. I just love the energy that you guys bring. I've never taught this before. I call this the alignment gap framework. You see, every failed goal breaks down in one of three places. Vision gap, meaning the goal isn't connected to a compelling future identity. So, how connected are you to the mission? Number two, capacity gap. Your internal set point cannot hold the result yet. Number three, the integrity gap. By the way, I see a bunch of my community members here, Marilyn, Joe, and more. They can confirm I've never taught this before. The integrity gap. Your actions aren't aligned with your stated priorities. So we got the vision gap, the capacity gap, and the integrity gap. Because most people try to fix execution, but execution is actually the last domino. And so I want you guys to take a moment. I want to have a quick focus session. And I want you to share which gap shows up most often for you. Because this is where 2026 gets unlocked and you're unrecognizable. So just to be clear, I'm going to run these back. The vision gap, the goal isn't connected to a compelling future identity. The capacity gap, your internal set point cannot hold the result yet, or the integrity gap. Your actions are not aligned with your stated priorities. Which gap shows up most often for you? Okay. Integrity, vision, integrity, capacity, little of each, integrity, 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 vision, integrity, integrity, capacity, capacity. Okay. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but I think there was most so far of integrity. Well, there's a lot of capacity too. Isn't that interesting, though? So your actions are not aligned with your stated priorities. First of all, congratulations. That's unbelievable awareness. Because, like I said earlier, awareness doesn't demand your next level, but it does create choices. And I'm going to put you guys on the spot because I'm big on accountability. And I want you coming out of the session saying, I know exactly what I can change next to ascend to my next level. What is one thing that you can change or modify to close the integrity gap? What is one thing you can change or modify to close the integrity gap? In which case your actions are not aligned with your stated priorities. You guys are on absolute fire. Wow, this group is different, Helena. And they're really all amazing, but this one's just like another level, I would say. Scheduling, commitment, believe in my value, time blocking. Absolutely, Sky. Sky, you're on fire. Are you local as well? Would love to hug you on March 5th. Scheduling, vision gap. Suresh, amazing awareness right there. Okay. Wow. Clear focus. Amazing, guys. So, first of all, I want to acknowledge you, unbelievable awareness. And by the way, if you chose the vision gap, it was a capacity gap. This is the moment to pause and say, okay, that makes sense. What can I do differently? What would it take to get to the next level if this is a current gap of mine, whether it's vision, capacity, or integrity, right? Awareness is huge. We marry that with execution, a new identity is born. And then obviously you got to have the desire and the willingness. But I trust that you guys have that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here today. Okay. Pillar 4, from planning to power moves. How goals actually turn into results. Anyone here that would love to get some big results immediately? Okay. Okay. Of course, B. Amazing, guys. All right. Here's the illusion of readiness. Let's tell the truth. Most entrepreneurs don't struggle with knowing what to do, but they do struggle with acting while they're uncomfortable. And that distinction changes everything. Here's the myth. Once I feel clearer, more confident, or more ready, then I'll take action. And by the way, that moment almost never comes because readiness is not a feeling, it's a decision. And because clarity does not precede action, clarity is created by action. Planning feels productive because it gives the illusion of progress without actually requiring courage. Trigger alert. Anyone feel triggered? Most people are overplanned and underexpressed. Sometimes they optimize before committing, prepare instead of exposing, tweak instead of deciding. And it's not because they're lazy, guys, but because action threatens identity. For example, many people say, "Oh, yeah, I'm in New York. I'd love to go to that event, especially if, basically getting it free." But then the thought of being in a room with other high achieving people, that could be intimidating, scary. All of a sudden you feel unworthy. So you say, maybe I'll go to the next one. It's just an example. But someone that says, oh, wow, what an opportunity to be stretched, to think bigger, to meet a business partner, create a great relationship. That's different, right? And so I want to reframe this execution very clearly. This is the real reason why action stalls. It's emotional, not strategic. Because action does not break down at the level of logic. It breaks down at the level of emotion. So every avoided action has an emotional cost attached to it, such as rejection, judgment, responsibility, visibility, outgrowing relationships, being wrong publicly. So when someone says, I just need to be more disciplined, what they really mean is, I don't know how to stay regulated while I act. And this is huge, guys. Hema, thank you for sharing that. That's the point, guys, because you don't need another lecture or another motivational speech, you need to be activated and triggered. We all do, by the way. I do as well, right? And so action is not about motivation. Motivation is fleeting. Action is about emotional availability. Your capacity to act is directly related to your capacity to feel discomfort without escaping. Stay present under pressure. Let outcomes be unknown. You don't avoid action because you're undisciplined. You avoid action because your nervous system is protecting you. And once you guys get this, shame disappears and power comes online. Ooh, now you get me fired up. All right, I'm just going to pause for a moment before we land the plane because I could see a lot of stuff is coming to the surface here in the comments. And by the way, that's amazing, guys. Amazing, guys. Stan, you should have the link under general admission. It's all you. All right, guys. So, very big moment because I want to talk about the difference between power moves versus busy work. And some actions can change everything, and yet most don't. Ooh. Because how many people do you know are super busy, calendar full, and yet you question if that's even being productive? Doing things for the sake of doing things. And now we take a moment for the main event to separate movement from momentum. Aren't we all, Sky? We're all guilty of this. But today we make a devotion to transform. Great catch, Enemy. 58 strong the entire call. It's amazing. You guys are so engaged. I love it. We're going to give away 5 books, The Reinvent Your Formula. Signed. Just have to text the community number with your favorite takeaway from today. Okay. Busy work. The Mindful Living Coach. Don't know your first name, but I love your share. Beautiful. Same page, same frequency. Busy work, guys. Let's name this. Feels safe, keeps you occupied, maintains identity, produces activity without too much exposure. Now let's talk power moves because that's a big difference. Feels edgy, requires ownership, changes how you see yourself, and it alters the trajectory of the business. And here's the defining difference, my friends. A power move is any action that forces identity expansion, not comfort, not validation, but expansion. Mark's on fire. Examples, guys. Raising your prices, saying no to misaligned clients, Not being afraid to leave money on the table because you trust that the standard you set is going to call in the right person. Publishing a bold opinion, making a direct ask. And by the way, if anyone has a direct ask, go ahead and ask me. Cutting and getting rid of a good enough offer. Power move, having a hard conversation. Choosing focus over opportunity overload. Because your business doesn't change when you do more. It changes when you do what you've been avoiding. Here is something very practical that can help you guys. Suresh, hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I love the question. I would just need a little bit more context. Feel free to text us at the number above, and I would be happy to answer that. Okay, here's the missing link, guys, between goals and results. This is a framework, right? Because every aligned action must pass three filters. Identity alignment. Ask yourself, does this action require me to become more of who I said I want to be? And by the way, if not, it's maintenance, not growth. Emotional edge. Ask yourself, does this action create mild to moderate discomfort? Because if there's no edge, there's no expansion. Got it, Suresh. And number three, the momentum potential. Ask, if I do this once, does it unlock future action? Because power moves compound. My friends, if an action doesn't stretch identity, if it doesn't activate emotion, if it doesn't create momentum, it's optional. And hopefully, this reframes execution from doing everything to doing the right thing. All right. Hemlo, you should be able to. Just text 917-634-3796. Okay, guys, this is where we make it real. I want you guys to write down these questions, not to be answered right now. For the sake of time, I want you to take these with you as homework. Helena and I will speak, and we'll think about maybe an amazing sequel for this, if the desire is there. But I want you guys to take this with you. This is what makes everything real. Write these down, guys. Very important. Number one quantum leap goal that you have for 2026. By the way, it could be personal, running a marathon, but I think because of this group, it's most likely business oriented. Whatever's good for you. One quantum leap goal that you have for 2026. Number two, one action that you know would move it forward. Could be anything. Hiring a coach, getting a mentor, joining a mastermind, um, investing in marketing, hiring an employee, getting out of my own head. One action that you know will move it forward. And number three, very deep, the emotion you feel when you think about taking that action. We're going really deep here because I want you to notice the hesitation isn't about capability. It's about emotional exposure. But what if this action isn't about results? What if it's about becoming congruent? Because congruence creates confidence, and confidence creates momentum, my friends. I'm going to say one more thing before I do and hand it back. Let me know right now in the comments how you're feeling in a word. One word to describe how you're feeling right now. We've had all the participants on throughout the entire call. That's amazing, guys. I'm so proud of the way that you guys have showed up. Inspired, ready, motivated, grateful, overwhelmed, deep. Okay. So let me leave you guys with this. 2026 does not belong to the smartest. It does not belong to the busiest. It belongs to those willing to lead themselves differently. And it's not that goals fail, but people tend to abandon alignment. So if something in you woke up today, I just want to say, trust that. Awareness is massive, guys. And Helena, maybe that's a good place to segue back to you. This was an amazing topic today, so thank you for the help with that. And this might be the most engaged I've ever seen this group. The last thing
I
I'll
think
say,
people, it's good. It's good when people have been inside for a while.
yeah.
This is great. I loved it. Everyone make sure that we are gracious and say thank you to Craig for all his motivation and all his goal setting for us to grow our businesses. So we're really excited about this. I'm sure that we'll be setting up something in the future. We can follow up on his questions that he asked at the end. And if you have any questions, text him. That's what it's there for. He has it.
Can I just take 1 second? I just want to give Helena a shout out. Let's give her some love, guys, in the chats because she cares genuinely so much about this community and making sure that topics are aligned to what you guys might be navigating, to bringing in a speaker that's aligned with the energy that you guys have. She goes above and beyond the call of duty. It's beautiful, and it's one of the reasons why I always want to do stuff with her. She's just amazing, guys, and you're not going to meet anybody that genuinely cares more about your guys' growth. It's so beautiful. You guys are in amazing hands. And I would also encourage you, if you like today, guys, Helena does this stuff all the time. I would recommend you let a friend know about the chamber, about the stuff that Helena is doing, because it's an amazing community for self-development. And I just want to take a moment to acknowledge you, Helena.
Oh, that was so sweet. Thank you so much. I'm sharing the love with you and everyone on here. If you're not a member of the chamber, please support us. We are a nonprofit organization solely supported by our membership dollars. But this is the opportunity that we have. It is so important that that Craig comes on and gives this information so you can internalize it. And then also you're going to share it. Yeah, I know that you're going to share it today. And that's what we all need in this community and in this world. And I'm here to help you grow your business. Cultivate is here to help you grow your business. Read his books. Align yourself with him on social media. It's amazing. And it's a hard stop at 11. So thank you everyone for joining us. Stay warm, stay safe. If you need anything, feel free to reach out to either of us. And thank you so much. This was so great. The engagement was amazing today.
Helena, thank you for all the work that you do. These people don't want to leave. They're loving it so much. So thank you for everything that you do. We'll chat offline and always great to see you. I hope to see you March 5th.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Keep in mind, it's not because I don't want to. I have a dog.
Oh, so do I. I know how it is.
Yeah. So if I can't get the dog sitter.
Well, even if you stop by for a couple hours, I'd love to see you.
Yeah, definitely. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to either one of us. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys. Love you guys.
for
Have a good day.
the day. You
Bye.
just jump started everyone. Take care,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye bye.